Poole the Psych Gal.
Lil Poole the Psych Gal.
What is psychology? Behavior genetics. Analysis. Psych rules.
Lil Poole the Psych Gal.
In this episode of Lil Poole the Psych Gal. Hi, I'm Lil Poole the Psych Gal.
And I'm her protege, Evelyn.
And I'm about to drop some psychological knowledge on you. Psychology is the study of the human mind and behavior. Ever hear of something called behavior genetics?
No, what is behavior genetics?
It's time to put a healthy dose of psychology in your information feed. Behavior genetics, as defined by David G. Myers, is the study of the relative power and limits of genetic environmental influences on behavior. Behavior genetics involves the greatest psychological debate of all time, that between nature and nurture. Nature versus nurture is the debate over the contributions of biology and experience in psychology. Do we develop traits through our experiences, or are we genetically predisposed for certain traits?
How long has this debate been going on for?
Good question, Evelyn. This debate has been going on since ancient Grecian times. It all starts with a debate between Aristotle and Plato. Plato argued that intelligence and our personalities are largely inherited traits, whereas Aristotle believed that there is nothing in the mind until we are exposed to the external world, where we gain knowledge through our senses, otherwise known as the debate between nature and nurture.
That makes more sense. So what's caused by nature and what's caused by nurture?
That's exactly what we'll be investigating today, Evelyn. Our major debate in psychology is what causes gender identity, societal pressures, or genetic predispositions. We're going to walk through the stereotypical life of a male and female in American society and talk about the components of nature and nurture that influence why they are the way they are.
Let's go.
Science rules.
Lil Poole the Psych Gal.
What's going on here?
Here we observe children, all 3 years old, playing with toys.
Why are they playing with the toys that they are?
Excellent question, Evelyn. There are reasons, both genetic and environmental, for why the girls playing with dolls and the young boys playing with trucks. A study done by the National Association for the Education of Young Children chose 100 toys and identified them as strongly feminine, moderately feminine, neutral, moderately masculine, and extremely masculine. The study found that the girls' toys were associated with physical attractiveness, nurturing, and domestic skill, and that the boys were rated as violent, competitive, exciting, and somewhat dangerous.
So girls are more compassionate and that's why they like dolls?
Not exactly. Research done by Stanford University's Robert Sapolsky indicates that compassion is gender neutral. In other words, there are not great genetic differences across genders in regards to compassion. A better explanation as to why the girl plays with the dolls is a social stigmatization that women are more compassionate and nurturing than men. A study done by Robert Mercadillo suggests that men and women both feel compassion, they just feel it in different ways. However, society perceives women as being more compassionate than their male counterparts, and thus we hand young girls dolls to play with and young boys trucks to play with.
So we could be raising boys and girls to fit into pre-assigned gender stereotypes?
Yes, however, there are also biological factors to take into account. A study done by psychologists Garner and Gerhardt found that prenatal sex differentiation can at least sometimes trump social environment. In addition, studies done by Berkeley, Gilligan, Jordan, and Miller indicate there is an emphasis on relationships in women's lives. This would indicate that genetics have a role in the toys they play with.
Wait, I'm confused. Are they playing with these toys because of social stigmatization, or because they are genetically predisposed to like those toys?
Both environmental and genetic factors contribute to girls playing with dolls and boys playing with trucks. Let's go to the next phase.
Lil Poole the Psych Gal.
Let's look at the children beginning puberty at age 13. We see the boys playing with violent video games, while the girl is with her friends shopping. However, there is much drama amongst her friends. Why does this happen?
Well, all humans have this thing called a pituitary gland that ripens around the age 13 and begins the process called puberty. Many of the special codes that code for girls and guys are activated during puberty. This will help in reproductive processes later in life. This is the nature side of things.
Do these hormones instill more aggressive tendencies in guys that appear in violent video games?
Yes, a study done by Stanford University in 2008 suggested that video games are more stimulating for guys' brains than girls' brains. This would explain why guys are so drawn to video games while girls are not. In addition, the autonomy over a violent game induces a stress hormone, cortisol, that produces a safe adrenaline rush. This adrenaline rush works in conjunction with social pressures that boys feel to succeed and save the day, to make video games addictive for boys. Nature and nurture both contribute to this. Evelyn, why do you think girls have so much drama with their friends at this age?
The female and male brain undergo significant changes during puberty, but they are slightly different. When a girl reaches puberty, her brain produces significantly more oxytocin, which is responsible for social bonding with male brains. This increases a girl's desire for close friendships and intimacy. However, at the same age, girls become twice as likely to develop depression than boys. Negative emotions a girl may feel have much deeper effects on a girl than a boy.
You hit the nail right on the head. Social stressors affect girls much more deeply than they do boys at the prepubescent age range. This is an interaction of nature and nurture. The change of the form of the prefrontal cortex makes a girl more susceptible to be upset when a friendship fails or a boy doesn't like her back. Social pressures such as popularity, appearance, romantic interests begin to take a toll on a girl's emotional state. Let's go on to the next phase.
Little Val the Psycho.
They're now 21 years old. Here we see the girl wanting to join the most elite sorority at her school, Kappa Kappa Gamma. There are many social reasons why a girl would want to join a sorority. It is a good way to get to know people in a huge student body. It gets you involved on campus. It allows you to do community service. However, the rushing process for sorority differs vastly from those of fraternities. Many sororities are solely, if not partially, based on appearance. At the University of Northern Florida, 23 members of the Delta Zeta sorority were asked to leave the chapter because they were overweight.
I guess women feel the need to rush, especially at schools where Greek life has a large presence, because it is a way to be socially accepted. If they get into their top choice, they receive a self-confidence boost.
This falls in line with the study mentioned earlier. Girls' toys had to do more with appearance. Innately, girls are judged by and interested in appearance, much more than boys are. In addition, the relational instinct is fostered by sororities placing a heavy emphasis on attracting men to go to different functions throughout the year with.
That makes sense. But how does that differ from fraternities?
Men feel pressure to join fraternities for many of the same social reasons that girls join sororities. It is a way to meet possible romantic interests, feel accepted and popular, and form friendships and network. However, the rushing process can be quite different from fraternities. Hazing is a stereotypical problem with the American fraternity system. Many men are asked to complete physically demanding tasks of competence or competence proving, such as finding their way back from an undisclosed location, being held down and given tattoos, being drenched in ice water and forced to take vomit-inducing pills, and perform stunts that could and have resulted in death.
So men and women feel similar environmental pressures to join sororities and fraternities, but the rush process looks different and is based off the nature of each respective gender.
Exactly. Let's examine the final stage.
Little Val the Psycho.
Hey Lil, what's going on here?
The ever so wild middle age. Here we have a 55-year-old man and his friends in the middle of a crisis. When they begin to doubt their life decisions, they may feel like they're never going to be young again, due to the natural aging process and recurring ailments. These feelings may manifest in the buying of a nice car. They feel they made a poor choice in spouse sometimes, as well, and may be the trigger in resulting in a divorce.
What about the ladies?
Women have midlife crises as well, but they tend to be much more internal, and then they find another way to let their feelings out. This could be yoga or finding another new hobby, such as learning Spanish. Women take more time with their children and try to be involved with their lives, which sometimes seems overbearing and constant to their children. Women also begin to go through menopause, which creates physical changes along with psychological, that leave them feeling that life has just left them by.
Woo! What a day of psychology.
Today we learned so much about nature versus nurture. As a reminder, this psychological debate is over the relative influence of genetics and environment in our behaviors. Toys that children play with demonstrate the nature of girls to like more relational toys and boys to like work-driven toys, but also the societal tendencies to categorize toys as either boy or girl toys, thus generalizing what each gender likes. The aggressiveness of boys and drama of girls is exaggerated by both puberty and societal pressures in the pubescent years. Girls' innate tendency to judge and be judged based on appearance is reflected in sorority rushing, while the natural task-driven part of boys is reflected in fraternity hazing. Common to both genders, however, is the desire to feel accepted and make friends. Bodily changes and aging result in psychological changes and leave both genders feeling frustrated with their environment and themselves at about halfway through their lives. This can result in rash decision-making. As we can see from these 4 life stages, a combination of nature and nurture results in our behaviors. Thanks for watching.
Little pal, the psycho.
What is psychology? Evolution. Metacognition.
Psych rules.
Little pal, the psycho.